Dolphin fans are ready for a change under center after a dreadful start. They want Shedeur Sanders traded to the Dolphins. Should Miami make a new move, Ocho?
You trade Shedeur Sanders. You clearly are not sold on him right now. You're not sold on the progress that he's making, even though you're saying, hey, we're happy with where he's at.
I am going to be livid if it goes down, by the way.
Breaking news. The trade rumors around Shedeur Sanders are exploding again, and this time the focus is on a possible swap for Tua Tagovailoa. After a shaky first game where Tua crumbled under pressure and fumbled, fans are furious. They're demanding answers, and the noise is getting louder by the hour. Multiple teams across the league are circling around Shedeur Sanders, and the Dolphins are under serious pressure to pull the trigger. If Miami wants the rising quarterback, they need to move fast before someone else steals him. But here's the real debate. Should the Dolphins really risk it all? Let's break down the latest trade buzz and see how this could completely reshape both Miami's and Cleveland's future.
I don't like when players do that.
Ain't lie.
Yeah, I don't like when players do that. Obviously, you would know him better than.
Shannon Sharpe has dropped a bombshell, revealing that the Dolphins are seriously thinking about making a move since Tua Tagovailoa's performances have fallen way below expectations. Inside the locker room, the trust in him as a dependable quarterback is collapsing fast. With a long season ahead, the Dolphins know they can't waste time if they want someone who can actually take them deep into the playoffs. And when you look at Shedeur Sanders' position, it's hard to argue. He seems like the perfect fit for the role. But here's the twist. Miami can't just storm in and grab him. They'll have to play it smart and fight through the heavy competition, because several other teams are circling and ready to pounce on this blockbuster deal. Kevin Stefanski finally spoke on the exploding trade rumors around Shedeur Sanders, admitting that sometimes teams simply can't hold on to every player they want. But despite all the smoke swirling around, the Browns are stubbornly refusing to let go of their young star quarterback. They're digging in, pushing back against the rising pressure from rival teams and media hype. Still, there's one brutal reality nobody can deny. If Cleveland somehow loses Shedeur Sanders, the franchise's relevance in the NFL could collapse overnight. Everything about the Browns' future is tied to keeping him, and right now, the stakes are higher than they've ever been.
Comments back a little bit, but when he said, these are going to be tough decisions, and you can't always keep everyone, right?
And then he tried making it like
Within Cleveland, the debate is exploding, with some insiders now suggesting that if Shedeur Sanders is really on the trading block, the Browns might need to cut ties and cash in. His market value has never been higher, and the buzz around him is only growing. Multiple teams, including the Dolphins, are circling hard and showing serious interest in stealing him away.
You trade Shedeur Sanders. You clearly are not sold on him right now. You're not sold on the progress that he's making, even though you're saying, hey, we're happy with where he's at.
I am going to be livid if it goes down, by the way.
The harder the Browns try to downplay Shedeur Sanders' importance, the more backlash they face, piling even more pressure on the team. Their weak attempt to shift the spotlight has completely backfired, creating new problems instead of solving them. Now, if the Dolphins actually pull off a trade for Shedeur, they wouldn't just upgrade their roster. They'd instantly steal the headlines and grab massive fan attention, putting Miami in a brighter spotlight than ever before. There's growing resistance inside the Browns organization against trading Shedeur Sanders, with ownership now demanding he finally take the field. Jimmy Haslam has stepped in personally, putting heavy pressure on the staff to give Sanders his shot. Reports suggest Haslam is ready to make a bold move to force the issue, and Colin Cowherd has even teased that Shedeur could be starting as early as November. According to Colin Cowherd, it's only a matter of time before the Browns finally snap. If the losses keep piling up, the pressure on Kevin Stefanski and his coaching staff will be unbearable, leaving them no choice but to make the switch. That's when Shedeur Sanders is expected to step in, injecting the spark and energy the Browns have been missing. And if he delivers, even with just flashes of brilliance, the fans will explode with demands for him to take over permanently, with his name dominating headlines week after week.
I tend to think by Thanksgiving, he'll just potentially be the best quarterback they have, and the fans will be clamoring for him because it's not a very good team and they'll be losing games.
Colin Cowherd went even further, revealing that Browns ownership is fully backing Shedeur Sanders, pushing hard for him to finally take the field because they believe he's the future of the franchise. But here's the twist. Management isn't ready to hand him the reins just yet. Reports say the front office and coaching staff are stalling, looking for ways to drag out his full-time debut. Their plan seems to be all about slowing things down and carefully easing Sanders into the spotlight instead of throwing him straight into the fire.
The first 4 weeks, the staff is going to tell him, Shedeur's not ready, Shedeur's not ready. My guess is they go 0-4, maybe they go 1-3. Haslam's going to come down on Sunday, October 5th. and he says, I want Shedeur to play.
The Browns are stuck in a fight between ownership, coaches, and rival teams chasing Shedeur Sanders. Every decision from here could shape the future of the franchise. If Cleveland loses him, it could be the biggest mistake in team history. With the Dolphins circling, the drama is just getting started. Don't miss the updates. Subscribe now for all the breaking news and inside drama.